The note within NEC table 220.19 addresses demand factors for electric ranges. This note specifically covers situations where you have multiple ranges with varying power ratings. A core principle is that you apply the demand factor relevant to each column, meaning each wattage range, and then sum the results. Let's analyze two calculation methods with an example of 5 3 kilowatt ranges and 5 5 kilowatt ranges, totaling 10 ranges. Calculation method 1 considers individual rows. For the 3 kilowatt ranges, we have 5 ranges multiplied by 3 kilowatts, then multiplied by demand factor of 0.62 equaling 9.3 kilowatts. For the 5 kilowatt ranges, we have 5 ranges multiplied by 5 kilowatts, then multiplied by a demand factor of 0.45, totaling 11.25 kilowatts. Adding these results, 9.3 kilowatts and 11.25 kilowatts gives us a total demand of 20.55 kilowatts. Calculation method 2 takes a combined rows approach. Firstly, we determine the total wattage for the 3 kilowatt ranges. We have 5 ranges multiplied by 3 kilowatts, giving us 15 kilowatts. Secondly, we determine the total wattage for the 5 kilowatt ranges. We have 5 ranges multiplied by 5 kilowatts, totaling 25 kilowatts. Thirdly, we combine the total wattage of the 3 kilowatt and 5 kilowatt ranges. 15 kilowatts plus 25 kilowatts equals 40 kilowatts. Finally, to apply the demand factor for 10 ranges, refer to the NEC table 220.19, noting that this total wattage falls into the category of 10 to 15 kilowatt appliances. Using this row, a demand factor for 10 or more appliances is 0.395. Multiplying the total wattage of 40 kilowatts by the demand factor 0.395 gives us a demand of 15.8 kilowatts. Comparing the two methods, calculation method 1 yields a higher demand of 20.55 kilowatts, while calculation method 2 produces a lower demand of 15.8 kilowatts. Calculation method 2 accounts for the combined wattage of all appliances. If the total wattage exceeds the upper threshold for the 10 to 15 kilowatt row, then it is reasonable to direct the total wattage to the next lower row and apply the corresponding demand factor. Consider an example: 12 5 kilowatt ranges. The total wattage would be 60 kilowatts, exceeding the 15 kilowatt limit. In such a case, you could consider a demand factor that applies to a similar wattage range in the table. Based on this analysis, calculation method 2 is the more appropriate method for calculating demand, as it is more aligned with the intent of the NEC to account for the combined wattage of the appliances. Method 2 produces a lower demand, consistent with combining demand factors for appliances of various wattages. In our initial example, with 5 3 kilowatt ranges and 5 5 kilowatt ranges, the derivative demand should be 15.8 kilowatts.